Hello, I am Dr. Kathleen Hall, and this is The Way I See It. Today, I'm excited because we're going to talk about the topic of, is it luck? Is it coincidence? Or is it something much more? Is there something much more going on in your life than luck or coincidence? Have you ever thought of your friend and within a few seconds she's on the phone? Or your mom or your sister or somebody else? Or have you sat in a meeting talking to the person next to you and all of a sudden you have the same birth date? Do you see or hear your favorite number or color showing up over and over again and you go, wow, something is going on. What is it? I know there's something bigger than me going on, but what is it? My church doesn't talk about it. My friends don't talk about it. It's not really something we're taught in school. It's not something we're taught in our churches or synagogues or mosques. What is this thing that keeps occurring in my life? And I know it's something more than I know, intellectually, cognitively. It's called synchronicity. Carl Jung coined the term to describe the coincidence of an event that defies probability and is meaningful to us, okay? And it's got to be meaningful to the individual. Carl Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist and a psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. Jung's work has been essentially influential in the fields of psychiatry and anthropology and archaeology and literature, philosophy, psychology, and especially religious studies. Jung believed that there is a dynamic intelligence, an, quote, other intelligence, interwoven into the pattern of each one of our lives. The universe guides us when we're aware of the signs and synchronicity is present in our lives. We're guided every breath, every moment. Many of us believe we're surrounded with gifts and opportunities that are waiting for us to experience. But we are so busy rushing around in our chaotic lives, we miss these precious signs. In psychology, synchronicity is defined as the occurrence of meaningful coincidences that seem to have no cause. But don't they really have a cause? Aren't these signs guiding us, leading us to our true purpose in life? Some people describe them as freak encounters, miracles, signs from heaven, guidance from my angels, guidance from my personal guides, or even mystical instances of soul connections, or guidance or wisdom from the other side. I've lived and stayed with Native American tribes and other groups of people, spiritual and cultural groups that truly, truly are so aware. They believe that just as much as we read and write and study, there are just as many equal signs given to us every day through synchronicity. But we're just not aware, especially Westerners. So some ask, are synchronicities spiritual? Synchronicities are incidents of spiritual significance that ask us to momentarily stop our self-obsession with ourselves, okay, and consider the possibility of the reality of a divine and psychic world. And synchronicity experiences leave us with a curious sense about paying, more attention to our lives. But what does synchronicity mean? The synchronicities are not just coincidences meant to surprise and delight us, even though they sure do that for me. Rather, I personally believe, and a huge, vast number in groups of people believe, spiritual synchronicities are strategically orchestrated and perfectly aligned to deliver a perfect message, provide guidance or provide reassurance that we're on the right path. So synchronicity, coincidence, and luck are all words for the same magical, mystical experience we all experience when we know there is something more in our universe than what we can control and what we empirically and analytically know. So, ask yourself, what's the purpose of synchronicity? As a person, myself, who has experienced a great deal of synchronicity in my own life, I agree with those who believe that synchronicity is a powerful wink or a nudge from the universe telling us, hey, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. You're right exactly where you're supposed to be. And synchronicity is also believed to be a form of guidance from your higher self, your higher soul, God, the divine, your angels. It's a way of showing you where to go and what to do next as you proceed through your spiritual awakening and your spiritual unfolding in this life's journey. In particular, synchronicity seems to be experienced most commonly by those who choose to walk a deeper spiritual path. Coming across a form of this can be a form of powerful confirmation, affirmation. It can be a ray of guidance, a sign of hope on your spiritual journey. Maybe you want to think of it like breadcrumbs. Synchronicity is the trail that leads us towards our inner self, towards our destination, our purpose, the meaning of our life. Many people see synchronicity as a lesson, an affirmation, and a message from life. And I'll give you an example. I was being interviewed by a radio personality, and when I told him where I was born, which was a small town, it's called Orville, Ohio. If you ever know any Smucker's jellies or jams or Jif peanut butter, it's owned by Smucker's. But it's a really small little town in Ohio, and I was born there. He happened to be born there. It was hilarious. So, we believed that there was a reason we met and a purpose, and we opened our lives to each other, and he opened many professional doors for my careers. I wouldn't be where I am without him. I'm very serious. It was absolutely synchronicity. It was good luck. It was coincidence. And our company was deciding about 2 office buildings, okay? Two offices within this huge building, suites. So I went to take a look and decide, and I couldn't decide which one. And then when I walked into the second office, I saw a sign on the wall that said, fall down 40 times, get up 41. Well, of course I took that as a sign, because if you read my first book, and I think it's even in my third book, I use that term all the time about perseverance. Fall down 40 times, get up 41. I know I used it in my book, Uncommon Hope. So I went, oh my God, I use this saying all the time. This is the one I'm supposed to have. And last week, we just got back from Sanibel Island. We took a 2-week vacation, went down to Florida, and as Jim and I were getting in to go eat dinner, and we were a little late for our reservation, right in front of us, in front of this amazing tree, was a huge, massive male woodpecker. I mean, it must have been 14 inches. If it were 14, 16 inches, it was huge. And it was pecking on the tree in front of us, and we were in a state of shock. It was the most beautiful, bright red head, glorious black feathers, white chest. Oh my God. We couldn't believe it. We sat there mesmerized in awe going, oh my God, I've never seen anything this big and huge. And I mean, we'd never seen anything like it. We were frozen in the moment. So finally, after 15 or 20 minutes, we lost track of time. We looked at each other and said, oh my gosh, they're never going to hold our table. So we got it, started the car, raced from Sanibel to the next island, which was Captiva. And we knew we were late. They probably didn't hold our table, but we were like, no matter what, it was worth it, witnessing this amazing miracle of nature, this massively huge, gorgeous, perfectly made woodpecker. So we drive up, slide in, find this one parking space, and this is the truth. I look up in the tree right in front of us, where we parked in front of, in the parking lot, and there is an identical bright red-headed woodpecker. It was huge. It looked like the identical woodpecker. My husband and I stared at each other. We didn't say a word. And then he said, what's going on? This can't be real. Was it the same woodpecker that followed us? That's impossible. That's impossible. We raced down here going 60 miles an hour. It's impossible. Or is it another one? And what are the chances of us being in 2 parking spaces with it right in front of us within 20 minutes? So we knew it was a sign. So I immediately picked up my phone. I Googled what woodpecker meant in Native American cultures and spirituality, because I didn't want to miss a sign or a symbol of a decision we were going to make, or something it was important for Jim and I to know in our marriage, or I don't know. I didn't want to miss whatever synchronicity, whatever miracle that the divine was showing us right then. So it was, me even talking about it right now, I relive how exciting it was. So what creates synchronicity? So when we actually ask what creates it, there are some explanations about the origins of it. And it includes, some people say it's the unconscious mind, that we get warnings in our dreams. So, we get them in walking life as well. A lot of psychologists believe that. Why do you think you only get them in your sleep? You get them while you're walking around as well. Our unconscious mind influences a lot of our behavior. And at the same time, it communicates with us, right? Our conscious mind and our unconscious mind. So spiritual signs and omens, synchronicity, coincidences, and luck, are the unconscious mind's way of guiding us. Our conscious mind, which is when we work and cook and take care of kids and drive carpool and manage our daily lives, that's our conscious awareness mind. But our deeper, unconscious mind is what guides us. So maybe it's breaking through during the day. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what synchronicity and coincidence is. Second is a harmony of energy. It could be that. As everything consists of tiny vibrating atoms, okay, energy, synchronicity could also be a manifestation of our global environmental harmony, where the frequencies and vibrations of the moment sync together in perfect equilibrium or oneness, producing these incredible experiences. Get it? So maybe that woodpecker was this divine boop, 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 global environmental divine heartbeat. And Jim and I, at that point, we were in the same frequency, the same vibrational level. We don't know. Maybe we were in perfect equilibrium. I know that we had totally relaxed and we were happy, and we were talking about that we were the happiest we'd ever been in our lives. Okay, so that's another explanation. Another one is the law of attraction, which most of you have heard about. This theory states that good and bad events in life are caused by your thoughts and feelings. Thus, like attracts like, which possibly explains why synchronicity occurs. Okay, so like attracts like, just like, similar people attract each other, similar energies. Last but not least is psychic abilities. Synchronicity is also thought to be a manifestation of psychic abilities, where, for an example, we intuit that we get this intuition feeling that a certain person will call us or a significant event will occur, and it does. And my mother has passed away, and do you know that for my entire life, what I miss about her being gone so much is we used to play with each other that no matter where I was in the country, I would send her a message to call me, or she would send me a message to call her. And almost 100% of the time, we would call each other. I promise, for my whole life. And now that she's gone, she's, doing it from the other side. But I just remember how magical that connection was. How did that happen? How did we know and have that strong connection and synchronicity to call each other? I don't know. It was divine. It was holy. I miss it. I miss my mom. So what is synchronicity, coincidence, co-incidence, luck? Is life a matter of luck? Is it a matter of coincidence or chance? Are we not seeing the forest through the trees? The phenomena of coincidence and synchronicity are well documented. They seem to be natural processes, not some odd, random anomalies. And I've had lots of examples of them in my life that were so extremely unusual and unlikely that it has piqued my interest to do some further research on the subject instead of just dismissing it. Okay? There are so many times in day-to-day life when you and I both experience coincidence and synchronicity, such as, how these special moments are. It's when you get goosebumps and you stop, or your eyes get bigger, your heart starts to race. Okay, some examples are overhearing a couple of strangers talk about something at a restaurant or at Starbucks or a coffee house right next to you, and you go, oh my God, I'm typing that on my computer right this second, or I'm writing an article about that, or my husband and I just talked about that. Next is getting the exact message you need at the exact right time. If you're in the middle of a divorce, if you're depressed, between jobs, a major life change, some kind of betrayal, we've all had that happen. Maybe you and I are getting the exact message we need at that exact time. Or how about meeting the exact right person at the exact right time? A partner, a friend, a teacher, somebody you marry. My husband and I happened to be working at a hospital. I was just about to quit. I had taken another job. It was my last day there. And this guy walks up and passes me. We stare at each other, and it was literally love at first sight. He was a senior medical student. It was his last day. He'd been there a month at the same hospital. I never saw him. We were both there on our last day, and we ran into each other. And here we are, almost 50 years later, madly in love. We met the exact right person that we were destined to meet at the right time. Very aware, too. Next, seeing the same symbols or images repeated over and over again in magazines, commercials, or buildings, tattoos. Next is glancing at a clock at the same time of the day for many days. So, for an example, 14:14, or seeing, it's 11:11 a.m. or 11:11 p.m. or 2:22. Or reoccurring signs that seem to lead you somewhere special, like your ideal job, home, relationship. You follow your instincts and go somewhere, and then something amazing happens to you. Maybe hearing the same song repeated many times in unusual circumstances. That's happened to me so many times I can't even believe it. Like my husband or my friend will say something to me, I'll get in the car, and they're singing a song with the exact same phrase over and over again. However, we often respond by saying, boy, that was interesting, and we trivialize it. Or, that was just good luck. That was just luck. Or, that was just chance or coincidence. We dismiss it. Then we go back to reality. We live so fast and manage our chaotic lives, and we're missing these blessings, these signs that are guiding us, that are so cool and so much fun. Have we been dismissing coincidence and synchronicity for too long? Are we ignoring and dismissing all this important information? How tragic in our short little lives. But it seems we lose sight of the fact that when things are happening together at the same place, same time, they are truly connected. It's funny how that's something so simple and logical, yet we're not really seeing it. And what if there is a relationship between coincidence, synchronicity, and luck? Okay, what if there is? If we consider that to be so, we open ourselves to the fact that everything is connected, and it's telling us something. We can see through those trees in the forest of our lives. What if there's a powerful science or a divinity right in front of our eyes? And what are we dismissing or not seeing and saying, oh, that just happened or only happened? What about if every flower that you see, every butterfly that goes by or bee that you try to, go, oh my gosh, and you swing your hand and try to hit it off. I don't know, maybe it's going by to whisper something to you. But hang on a minute. It didn't happen, did it? Yeah, it did. And again, is synchronicity, luck, and coincidence part of reality we just don't understand and we can't explain? The only thing between us and a direct perception of the science of the universe is the chatter, the noise in our heads of beliefs that make us dismiss and denigrate the magic and wonder behind synchronicity, luck, and coincidence. Science also does this often, sticking to the same belief about how the universe works over and over, not putting the amazing connections together. And a deeply important example that's not apparent in everyday life is shown in the physics of subatomic particles, of which every one of us are made. It turns out that the movement of particles aren't random. They're not coincidence. They're not just luck or chance. This behavior is related. They are connected. Every single subatomic particle in our bodies, in the world, in the universe, in a flower, they're connected. They're communicating. They're talking. They're synchronized across the whole universe. Quantum physics has totally redefined our world, and we're learning more every moment. The world has, as we know it, 3 dimensions of space: length, width, and depth. And only one dimension of time. But there's the mind-bending possibility. Listen to this. The mind-bending possibility that many more dimensions exist out there. According to string theory, a law of physics, one of the leading physics models of the last century, the universe operates with at least 10 dimensions, not 3. What if there are 20, 30, and 40? What if there are infinite or innumerable dimensions we just haven't discovered yet? We didn't know about gravity before it happened, or evaporation. We didn't know about quantum physics till we discovered them with our awareness in science and technology. They were always there, waiting to be discovered. From this universal oneness, the intelligence, rhythm, subatomic particles, which everything is created from this order and everyday magic of the universe, is it being displayed up front with no secrets for us? But it's right there and we just don't know? And it's time for us maybe to connect, to know, to love, to explore, to appreciate, to realize and elevate ourselves by and with synchronicity. I believe it's the chatter of our beliefs, our thoughts, our worries, what we've been trained, what we've been socialized, what our academic institutions have told us, going through our heads, that does not allow us to connect to a greater divine universal science that is universal in character and that plays a great role in our lives. What is this busy chatter that keeps us distracted from our magical, beautiful, deeper, more profound, meaningful, and purposeful lives? Where did it come from? Why do we listen to it? Why do we allow all these distractions to ruin our lives? Animals and plants don't do it. They don't listen to this chatter. The sun, the moon, the stars, planets, they don't have this human madness and chatter going on in their heads. What is the force in the world? that we are afraid of being connected to. Why do we keep ourselves so busy? Is this separation from our divine connection just part of human nature? I know in all of my years as a human, and in all of my years of treating and taking care of other human beings, the chatter in our heads and life's influences can destroy and does destroy our happiness and our peace, our meaningful, loving life. We have allowed fear and worry and anger to keep us distracted from truth, the truth that's been a core part of my teachings in all of my books and all my body of work my entire life. I believe separation is an illusion. We humans keep stuck in ignorance and fear and delusions and denial of this awesome, majestic truth, the truth that we are all connected. We are connected to everything in this glorious universe. And what synchronicity, coincidence, and all of this luck that we call good luck, we are part of it. We're part of every flower, every sunrise, every tree, every butterfly, every bird, every sun, every moon. Part of each other. We have lost our ability and awareness to know our connection with everything. And if you look at Chief Seattle's writings, or Native American writings, or mystical writings of the Christian past, or Sufi writings in Islam or Hindu, all of these ancient spiritualities, they say the same message, what I'm saying right now. What if we all chose to ignore the chatter in our heads? And what if, when we see coincidences and luck and synchronicity, we allow ourselves to expand our awareness, check that we are present with our bodies in that moment, and open our hearts and minds and souls to what's really going on in the space around us? What's our message? We can choose to really start connecting and appreciate what's being shown in the space around us, this divine universe being given to us freely every moment. We're missing all the fun, all the magic, the circus around us. We're missing these magnificent blessings that are available in our precious lives. Okay, we can expand our knowing and understanding. We can do it. It's all waiting for us. So, let's talk for a moment before we go about synchronicity and how you can create greater coincidence, greater synchronicity, and your own good luck. Okay? The dictionary defines success or failure apparently as brought by chance rather than your own actions. Okay? They use that word by chance, not your own actions. This definition suggests that you can't ever create luck through your own efforts, but you can adjust your exposure to luck by managing your actions, your awareness, and your responses to all of life's events and experiences around you. It's not hard to imagine how two people can have the same thing occur to them and make sense of it very differently. One considers it great fortune, the other considers it great misfortune. The event itself is secondary. The important thing is how well the event fits into the existing story of somebody's life. For an example, our daughter wanted some backsplash that she loved dearly in her kitchen, and they told her she had to wait. She called me complaining, saying what bad luck it was. I started laughing. I said, well, if it can't come in for months, why don't you go to another place and look at backsplashes, and you may find something you love more, and that would be good luck. And then she said, but what if I don't? And I said, well, that's good luck too, because if you don't find what you picked out in the first place, then you'll be saying, oh, I know I really loved my first choice, and I'm just going to wait, excuse me, while I cough. I'm just going to wait for 2 months, and wait and see what happens and see if that backsplash comes in that I love. So it's all good luck, because then you just explored more choices and found out you loved what you picked out in the first place. Remember, synchronicity is different for everyone, and so is luck. It's dependent on your unique needs and desires in that given moment. Okay? And again, remember our few examples of synchronicity? Repeated numbers, thinking about something and then it happens. Excuse me, being in the right place at the right time, dreaming about people, animals, and places, and then you see them the next day when you wake up and you're walking down the street. Or how about my example of seeing two woodpeckers 20 miles apart within minutes of each other? These examples of synchronicity may at first appear detached from the idea of luck, but it's at its core of luck, okay? The process of identifying synchronicity and experiences is the same as the process of creating luck. When two disparate events are connected in your mind as having a relation, beyond physical cause and effect, you are creating your own meaning. Okay, let's go back to the woodpecker. Saw the woodpecker. It was just beautiful, number one woodpecker. Then we drove down the road, saw the other. We went, oh my God, this is good luck. See, we immediately didn't say, oh my God, it's a bad omen. We saw two. We created the meaning ourselves and recreated our luck. Then Jim and I went to the next stage and said, oh my God, I'm so excited about our life. This great luck's going to happen to us. Do you see how it happens in what you're thinking? When you create meaning, you reconfigure your attention to see more connections in a very random world. When you see more connections in a random world, you're more likely to notice luck, where you might not have it before. Your surface area of recognition is greater. Your attention's more attuned to certain surroundings. Okay, go back to the woodpecker. We see the second woodpecker. We go in. They did give our table away. Somebody called in, had a flat tire, another table opened. And he said, people wait for tables for weeks in our restaurant. I can't believe this happened. But you guys were late. You can have the table. Jim and I sat down. We said, oh my God, it's good luck. The woodpeckers brought us good luck. So then Jim goes on the menu. They have a special. Jim goes, oh my God, I would love this special, this lobster special. And they went, we don't have any more. So Jim chose another entree. Waiter comes back 10 minutes later and he goes, Dr. Hickson, you won't believe this, but somebody changed their order, so we have one left. Okay? So my husband ordered it. The waiter left and he went, oh, what good luck. Do you see how we tied? It changed our whole attitude, our whole meaning. See, all this is very interesting to me. Assigning meanings to coincidences in our life not only adds beauty and more potential to the depth and richness of our life experiences, it's fun. By definition, the creation of luck lies beyond intentional act. Remember, you can't intentionally make luck happen. It's something that happens randomly, yet fits into your life perfectly. It's this fitness between randomness and the reality of our lived experiences that synchronicity helps establish. And it's this same fitness that generates meaning and thus luck. Pretty cool. Whether we realize it or not, we all make use of synchronicity in very non-obvious ways. Some people do it more naturally than others. But being intentional about assigning this lucky meanings can yield gifts that are huge. There's a certain magic that comes with generating your own luck. And if approached with humility and awe, this magic can spark up a huge special sense of aliveness and vividity. I'm very serious. Let me give you an example. Because of my work, I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of people reach out to me on a daily basis. And when they email me, I say, I instead of like I used to have maybe hundreds of emails and go, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Then I decided to change it to be good luck. And that every ton of emails, there was some secret jewel or nugget in there, some sign from the universe. So then when I got and started opening emails, I went, why is this person in my life right now? Why is it happening this particular moment? The simple act of treating it like there might be a reason for it generally to open my eyes or meet a new person or who are they? How are they entering my life? What interesting things could I potentially learn from them, right? It changed my whole attitude and my whole luck. And true enough, because I suddenly started paying attention to the words coming from other person's mouths through their emails, I noticed things I wouldn't otherwise notice. I made new connections. I'm telling you, I had new book recommendations. It changed the trajectory of my life, okay? That happened from coincidence, synchronicity, and feeling like, oh, this is an opportunity. It's all good luck. So it's amazing that both people and events travel along paths, and every time that we merge with each other's paths, we create new paths. And along with new paths, there's new meetings, new coincidences, and new sources of luck, okay? But new paths don't always get walked on because we don't open up. Synchronicity is that vision. Coincidence, good luck. They are that new vision, that new eye, that new way of seeing that you can have that helps your intention, okay? You still have intentions. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to change jobs. I'm going to find a partner, whatever it is. This just adds a new dimension, and I think it accelerates it and brings more fun, more magic, and it's a vision that creates and generates incredible opportunities, but most of all, worlds of potential. The potential for something greater than you ever imagined. My life has been magic. That is a fact. And the reason that it has been magic is I believe in every single word I'm saying to you right now, and continually. Even bad experiences, painful, suffering, losses, estrangements, I go right back the next day or next breath and go, okay, I'm open to a woodpecker showing up, synchronicity, somebody coming into my life, good lucks. Do you see? Keep going back. It's kind of like watching baseball and getting strikeouts or being walked on, on each pitch, but then going right back up in the next inning and going, okay, I know something great's going to happen. Okay? So how can you create more synchronicity and good luck in your life? Okay, you ready? So before I go, here's a few tips. Be aware and mindful. Practice being aware at a red light. Take a deep breath, smile, look around you. See if there's a sign, a poster, a bird, somebody standing there. Are you at a grocery store and you're noticing something different on the outside? Be mindful and aware. I'm telling you, you're not going to believe what you draw in. You're a little magnet. Next, be open and receptive. Keep an open mind towards synchronicity. It'll enhance. It's like growing a muscle when you lift weights. It'll enhance your receptivity and towards this experience, okay? So, and also when you start feeling judgment, like, oh, this isn't happening, rise up, take a deep breath, and open your heart and mind. Don't let judgment come in. Next, be humble. Humble, humility. Sometimes what you desire or think is best for yourself, it's not. Learn to have a very loose hold on what your desires are, okay? Don't impose your will on the magic that's possible to you. And next, be trusting. Trust that the universe, the divine, angels, whatever you want to call it, trust that synchronicity will appear in your life. And when it does, trust your intuition and follow the path presented to you. I'm telling you, you would not believe. Again, my life, and my husband will tell you this, his life has been magic too. And we've had very, very interesting lives. It's been a lot of fun. Next, follow your instincts. Listen to what your gut instinct is telling you, your unconscious mind. It's limitless. Doors are going to be opened, okay? Listen, follow your instincts. And last but not least, don't expect more joy and fun in your life. Expect it. You are on the magical mystery tour, or your journey called life. What a sacred roller coaster, okay? Open up to it. And also don't forget meditation and prayer. The more silent you get quiet, And whether you want to call it, centering prayer, meditation, I don't care. Just be silent and draw it in. You're a magnet, okay? And then in the same vein, send energy out. And when it happens, say, what does this synchronicity mean? What is this image, this feeling, these words, these goosebumps, okay? Tune into your body, goosebumps, chills, heart racing. So tune into your body. And also totems. Are there animals, trees, flowers appearing? Okay? And also I suggest you get a symbol dictionary or a totem dictionary. You can also Google it online. It'll tell you what different symbols, different numbers, different hummingbirds, hawks, butterflies, what they mean. Every single being has a meaning. Or find patterns, certain patterns. And look for hidden symbolism and listen to your dreams. But in closing, my days are filled with signs and synchronicity. So are yours, probably more than mine. But because I'm more aware and mindful, I notice it all the time. And it makes it an adventure to live life, trusting. There's a great adventure, and I'm tuned into greater plans than my own and greater expectations for my life than what I can even conceive. So create more mindful living, mindfulness in your life, and you'll become more aware of signs and information that previously has been passing you by. Become aware of your senses, smells, sounds, colors, words people use. Keep a journal of the signs you notice in your life, where, when, how it happened. And make sure you have a partner to share your experiences with and to encourage you, encourage each other. And begin each day by asking the universe, please, help me become more aware of the signs in my life today, because I know there is magic going on all over, and I just need to be aware and absorb it like a sponge. I'm a little sponge and a little magnet. So, as we started out a little while ago, is it luck? Is it coincidence? Or much more? Okay? So, as I close, don't forget we have a great newsletter. Go to OurMLN.com or the Mindful Living Network. Great newsletter. Love it. Also, contact me at go to the bottom of the page at the Mindful Living Network, click it, and send me a note. Any topic that you'd like, anything you'd like to hear. And remember, we keep saying we are one people, one planet, one future. Come on. It's our world. Let's hold our hearts and hands and together and heal ourselves and heal our world. Please share us with your family and friends and community. Let's do this. And please follow us on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. And by the way, we do have a great meditation room. It's called The Meditation Room, and it's on YouTube. And also you can go to the Mindful Living Network. I love our meditation room. And also we have a great Mindful Living app in both app stores, Android and Apple. So thank you very much. Thank you for the privilege of your time. And may you have an unbelievably blessed and life filled with synchronicity, filled with coincidence, and especially filled with good luck.